The future of natural gas.
For the most of 1800s, natural gas was used almost exclusively as a fuel for lamps. So, why is natural gas becoming more and more popular every day? That is because of number of reasons such that natural gas is environmentally friendly and it is cheaper to produce and it is highly efficient. So, what is natural gas? Natural gas is basically the remains of living matter that existed many years ago and got covered by layers of rock. Natural gas forms in porous rocks where bubbles of gas are trapped inside the rock. Natural gas formation is rather similar to other fossil fuels. Over the last 2 decades, production of natural gas has grown significantly in many parts of the world. Production has gone up by about 42% over a period of 20 years. This is twice the growth rate of oil production in the world for the same period of time. So, we're going to talk about a number of stuff about natural gas in our presentation, such that the history of natural gas and its uses, and some major uncertainties in the future of natural gas, and the recovery process and natural gas production trend, and how technology affects natural gas exploitation, and some environmental concerns, and the fracturing process and its potential risks. And finally, quick facts about natural gas. The history of natural gas is not a small history, it is far away from being small. I am going to talk briefly about the long history of the natural gas. The history is a good evidence of the difficulties of predicting the future of energy. In the United States, the emergence of an interstate gas pipeline system facilitated the development of the natural gas market. It was this framework in the 1970s that led to growth in the production and use of natural gas. Energy consumers switched to natural gas after the first oil embargo. Tight price controls and market regulations on natural gas followed, and by 1990 the regulations were lifted and natural gas usage began to spread. Supply was abundant and there was a perception that natural gas was about to replace other sources of energy. But at the beginning of the 21st century, there was a decline in its supply and its price started to rise. To counteract this, economic incentives were created to facilitate the development of liquefied natural gas import infrastructure. Technological advancement played a big role in increasing exploitation, and as per now, the supply is considered abundant.
One of the uses of natural gas is electric power production. Natural gas is used to generate electricity through the use of gas turbines as well as steam turbines. By combining the two turbines, their efficiency is increased. This combination is referred to as a combined cycle mode. Around 30% of natural gas is used in the production of electricity in the United States. Development of fuel cells that use natural gas has begun. The fuel cells use hydrogen as fuel to generate electricity. They do not emit any gases to the environment, making them a clean source of energy. Another use is industrial. Natural gas is used as a boiler fuel and process heating. Boilers using natural gas as fuel have a higher efficiency. Also, transportation is one of the uses of the natural gas. It's better to use in the transport sector. Natural gas prices are more stable as compared to oil prices. As proof, it's used in the long-haul trucking department. By 2008, more than 9 million vehicles were using natural gas as source of fuel.
Research is being carried out to make aircrafts that use a combination of natural gas and hydrogen. Aircrafts using natural gas will cost less than others. A plus is reducing the emission of poisonous gases to the atmosphere. Another major advantage of using natural gas as a fuel for aircraft is that it will also pay for the role of the cooling engine, thus eliminating the need for an intercooler in the engine. There is a need for governments all over the world to come up with agreements on how to reduce greenhouse gases, but the likelihood of this happening is low. This is because a good number of them are not willing to follow the rules and regulations set in order for the reduction in emissions to be actualized. A large supply of natural gas in the market will affect its price. Traders will be forced to lower their prices due to the abundant supply, and the natural gas market will shift from regional to international. For gas exploration to be viable, production costs should be a very small percentage of the total income. New technology will make the process of exploiting natural gas easier. If there is no technological advancement, the method of exploiting natural gas will not be efficient, and the production costs will be very high.
Natural gas has two types: associated gas and non-associated gas. Associated gas is formed alongside oil and it is a byproduct of oil production process, as it is released from the oil in the recovery process. Non-associated gas only occurs in the reservoirs that do not contain oil. It's processed as the primary product. The majority of gas production in the world is associated gas. Non-associated gas is recovered from its source by an expansion process. Wells are drilled into the reservoirs containing highly compressed gas, which is allowed to expand within the wells in a controlled manner. It's captured, treated, and then taken to the surface. Conventional resources which exist in subsurface accumulations with high permeability have high recovery characteristics.
The massive growth of natural gas production is due to the rapid expansion of exploitation in areas that were not producing gas prior to 1990. The Middle East, Oceania, Africa, and Asia started producing natural gas and outpacing North America and Eurasia, who were the only major gas producers before that time. From 1993 to 2008, international cross-border gas trade doubled, and due to the growth of the international gas market, there is growing use of liquefied natural gas. Technology can affect natural gas exploitation in a variety of ways. Improvement in drilling techniques, CO2 enhanced recovery, and seismic techniques are some examples of how this is possible. Advanced technology has expanded natural gas exploration, resulting to an increase in its supply. Rapid growth in natural gas development has led to fears that this wide exploitation is causing environmental degradation. Growing concern on the issue is mostly focused on the process of hydraulic fracturing and how the waste from production process is disposed of. The process risks injecting poisonous fracture fluid into water reservoirs.
The fracturing process. This process involves pumping fracture fluids at very high pressure so as to overcome the comprehensive stresses found within natural gas formation. This process increases formation pressure beyond critical fracture pressure, forming narrow fractures. This takes us to the fracturing process potential risks that include contamination of shallow underground water reservoirs. This is leakage of drilling fluid or natural gas into shallow water reservoirs is the most reported incident and occurs during the drilling process. 2. On-site surface spills. On-site spill can occur due to the failure of pumps and hoses. It can also be caused by overflow of surface pits and tanks. 3. Off-site wastewater disposal. Natural gas development process produces a large mass of waste products. The big issue is how to dispose of them without polluting the environment. 4. Water withdrawal. The process of drilling natural gas requires large quantities of water and has a large impact on local water resources. Disturbance to local community. Noise from the production field may be very high that the day-to-day activities of local people will be disrupted. Finally, here are some facts about natural gas. Natural gas has environmental impact, but the good news is that they are manageable. Deposits can penetrate freshwater zones and cause contamination. 2. There is abundance and supply of natural gas all over the world. 3. The main use of natural gas is in industries as a fuel for boilers and in process heating. 70% of total natural gas produced in the world is from Russia, Iran, and Qatar. To curb the emission of carbon dioxide, many countries have replaced coal with natural gas in their power plants. The prices of natural gas is set regionally, unlike the prices of oil is set globally.